Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, ladies. How are you all today? Like Melissa said, we would love to utilize the chat. So we may be asking some questions along the way, or if you have questions or comments, please feel free to use the chat and we will get going here. We're so glad that you're here for our Slim party. Most of you hopefully received a sample of Slim by now or will be receiving a sample soon. And this, in case you haven't tried it yet, is what a Slim packet looks like. It's filled with wonderful pink extraordinary goodness. You just dump the powder into some water, shake it up, drink it up, and feel like a queen. That's what I think anyway. It's amazing. It balances your blood sugar, which when you balance your blood sugar, you feel extra energy, your metabolism is boosted, your brain fog starts to lift. It's pretty extraordinary stuff. So we're excited for you to try it. We hope some of you will decide to try it for a good solid couple of months and see how that makes you feel, because the longer you're on it, the more amazingness you get to experience. But without much further ado, I would love to tell you that tonight we are going to share some amazing stories about how Slim and all these other products that go along with Slim have changed lives. And our first testimony is going to be coming from Melissa, who I believe is also giving away a prize tonight. So she's going to show you guys what that prize is, and you all will have a chance to possibly win the prize. It's all about the engagement in the chat. So go ahead, Melissa, show us what you have over there.
Thank you. I have already engaged the most, so I think I get to win my own gifts. We have this amazing bracelet. Y'all, okay, I'm from Texas. Rustic Cup is a really big deal in Texas. So I have most all of their jewelry. This is a green and gold one. And then we also have Joyum samples that are going to be going out with that. So I'm super, super thrilled about that. Be listening and commenting as you hear us have conversation. We would love to see you engage in that conversation. If you hear some things that you're like, that sounds like me, put that in there. And then if you are a person like Gabi, who you love, adore, and hold that Slim close to heart every day, let us hear those things. We want to know those things from you. But I want to tell you a little bit about my story, just a little bit of just a backstory of my personal journey. And I've actually been doing this for 7 years. And so out of 7 years, 6.5 years, I've had my life back. It took me a little while to get there. This does not happen overnight, but it was well worth me waiting and holding on. And so that's the thing that I want you to hear the most as you hear our stories. We're all different, we're all unique, but if you are going through detox or you have some things that you're like, oh, what's going on? Trust the system, because everyone that you're hearing from tonight, we trusted the system and we got on the other side and it was amazing and life-changing. So a little bit of my story. I was actually diagnosed with my first autoimmune disorder whenever I was 40 years old. I felt like I was having that million-mile checkup, that everything started breaking. Is that you? Like my eyesight got bad. I started having these little issues that were like mystery symptoms. I started not feeling good. And I was like, what's happening to my life? And within like 4 years, it was a domino effect. I just continued to be diagnosed with autoimmune after autoimmune after autoimmune. And there was one that actually was even further back than that, of them just trying to figure it out. It took 7 years to diagnose. And it was actually celiac disease that was manifesting as a skin disease. So I had not only the internal issues, but extreme external issues. Like extreme to the point of 7 different medications, steroids, oral, as well as topical. When I traveled, I had to travel with my own sheets, with my own towels. I was working with specialists. I had to take soapless showers, cold showers. When the water would hit my skin every day, it would awaken the disease. And it was probably the most miserable time in my life. It was so hard, and the medications would just make me almost like a zombie just to get through my days. And so it was a very, very painful process. I felt like, I always tell people, I felt like I was the boiling frog, that you don't realize that you're actually dying until you're at death. And that was kind of my world. And I really thought that it was just because I was getting older. And I thought, well, this is what life looks like when scripture says that our bodies are decaying. I'm like, I'm living proof. I'm decaying. But what was crazy is, in the midst of it all, I was a vegan, and I was running triathlons, and I was doing 2-a-day workouts, and I was doing everything that the world would say. She's pretty healthy. She's successful in her career. She has a family. They look healthy. And what they didn't know is I was suffering in silence. Because you know what, guys? Most of us on this call, we're moms, and we wear multiple hats. And we all know that they really don't care if you don't feel good. Your babies just want you to take care of them. And I was in ministry, and in ministry, you just pour out. There's no time for you to give your burden to someone else because you're receiving their burdens. So that was just my world. And I remember I would go to the doctor every single year, and they'd say, well, you're just getting a year older, so you need to eat less and work out more. And so what did I do? I'd get ticked off first, because I was like, you don't even know me. And you don't know what I do every day. And you haven't even asked me what I do every day. Because you know what? I don't eat a ton, but I fuel my body well, and I do work out. But instead, I would just keep plowing, even though I felt like I was walking through mud. And that's what I would tell my doctors. I said, I would feel like I'm crawling on the floor to get to my next location. That's how my body feels. And there's things that are going on. I can't figure it out. So we just kind of went through this cycle. Year after year after year. It was painful. It was hard. I had severe inflammation, which brought really bad chronic pain. I did a lot of stuff that I would never suggest to anyone else, putting a cocktail of sleep aids together, or putting a lot of pain meds together to try to ease the pain or try to help me to sleep. And I was just in this miserable state. And I actually had really, really high anxiety in the midst of it all. And I would have never said that I did. But now, 7 years later, I'm like, oh my Lanta, I was the most anxious person. Like, I had such high anxiety. And I just didn't get it or know it, because once again, I was the boiling frog that was dying a very slow death. So that was kind of my world, and that was my life. And I just thought that that's the way it is. And I think that that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I want to advocate on behalf of every woman that has ever felt that way, especially any mama, because life doesn't have to be that way. And we can be educated, informed, we can be proactive, we can be preventative, and there is a way out. And it's called getting to the root of the health issues. And it really starts in the gut. So whenever I was introduced to Plexus, I was dealing with all of these different autoimmune disorders, and I couldn't seem to get my body working at the level that I desired, which isn't a magnificent level. It's just a level of loving life when I wake, and not feeling the pain as soon as I get out of bed, and being able to make it through the days and not to want to come home and get into a fetal position. That's really, if I could just have a little bit of life, I would have been happy. But I have been given an overabundance of life because of these products and what I've been able to do. So now I understand that my body was internally stressed, but I had to be educated in those areas. And I realize now that it was coming from some root cause issues that were in the gut, and were literally leaking from the gut and going into my bloodstream, and literally just kind of wreaking havoc on my body. So being able to come to the place of understanding those things and being able to see my symptoms just slowly going away has been the most extreme life experience for me that I've ever been through. So today looks so different than it ever did 7 years ago. And a lot of people will say, I don't even, like, this is the only person I know is this person with really, really high energy. And it makes me super emotional still, because I prayed for this energy. And I think the Lord gave me abundance of it. And I'm just so thankful because it does look different. I'm symptom free today. One thing that I had lived with 7 years ago was I always had food in my purse. I had a hypoglycemia. And so for me, I was eating every hour, hour and a half. If I didn't eat, a couple of things would happen. I would either pass out, I'd get highly nauseated, or I'd get a very severe headache, and it would happen like instantly. And it was very embarrassing for me and my family if we were ever in a store. If you were, checking out at a grocery store and all of a sudden it hit you and you literally kind of slide down to the floor to make sure that you don't pass out and hurt yourself. All those crazy things, I don't have those issues anymore today. I'm on no medications except for one. I'm hypothyroid, but we have halved it twice. So where I was off the charts, they can see me in the charts, which is amazing. And I don't have to travel with sheets or certain types of detergents or towels. I can really, really live a life of freedom because of that. So life is good for me in this corner of the world. It's really, really good. Great sleep, wake early, ready for the day. I sustain all day long with really great energy. My workouts are really, my strength of my workouts and my endurance of my workouts look so different than they did 7 years ago. And my days are just really, really full of good. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. So I don't know about you, but I would love, and I am going to look over there now, but like if you have had any of those symptoms, if you have questions around those symptoms, we would love to help you with that. So put it into the chat. Would love to hear from you and tell us a little bit of your healthy issues of what's going on with you. So with that, I'm going to hand it back over to Miss Gabi, I believe, and she's going to keep moving us.
Thank you, Melissa. I think I'm one of those. We have them unmuted. We good? Okay. I was one of those today that was telling her like this is the only version of her that I know. But I get that because there are people in my life now too that know me just as the me that I am now, and not at all as the version of myself that was suffering so much before. So like Melissa said, if you have experienced any of those similar issues, feel free to say so in the chat if you want. If you don't want, that's totally fine too, but we would love to hear from you. And I actually am going to now hand this off to my wonderful, beautiful friend, Tori, who's going to share her story.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tori. I have been with Plexus for 4.5 years. I started because a friend of mine had 2 boys under the age of 2, and I had 2 girls under the age of 2. She was pregnant with her 3rd boy, and she had way much more energy than I did. And so I just was like, girl, what are you doing? She said, it's Plexus and Jesus. And I said, well, I've got Jesus, so let's talk about Plexus. And so that really started my conversation. Now, I'll be honest, the only thing I was looking for was energy. I was looking for the ability to, walk past the pantry and not eat the Oreos. That would be ideal. And so I started feeling a difference, and I didn't tell anybody. I I was doing Plexus because I had been part of previous network marketing companies, and I didn't want anybody to know. And I had failed at other network marketing companies, and I didn't want anything to do. I was like, I'm not going to sell this. I'm not going to. And who gets excited about supplements anyway? So the 2 people they can't lie to is your mama and your best friend. And they noticed some differences in me, and they were saying, what are you doing? What is going on? It's like, well, it's this Plexus thing. And they were like, well, we want in, like, share, hello. And so I helped them get started. Really, I just kind of said, I got it from here, you get it from here. And so then I got my first check after having one other person, and I didn't do anything. I was like, this is nothing. What, I mean, like, was just sharing people. I was recommending Target, what felt like recommending somebody to go to Target for something. And so then it kind of grew into something as a business. But when I started to see my mom and my best friend and my dad see changes, like when I started seeing changes in them, that was a bigger deal to me, because when you're looking in the mirror and you see yourself every single day, it's harder to tell differences, right? Like, you can tell differences if your pants feel different. You know, we try to tell a difference with our scales. Scales don't do the scale. That doesn't work. And so, but when I started to see changes in them, I was like, wow, these are really, really good products. And so that's when I really started to do research, when I started to learn about gut health and what gut health meant and what it looked like. And so with every research I did on the ingredients and gut health and anxiety, gut health and depression, gut health and allergies, like all the things that I kept doing, like just kept researching, and it's like, yep, connected, yep, connected, yep, connected. And it's just blown my mind. And so here I am 4.5 years later. I love the products. I've got my family on the products. And I'm excited about supplements. I never thought in a million years that I'd get excited about supplements. But when you see it change so many people's quality of life, a lipstick is not going to change somebody's quality of life. A Tupperware is not going to change somebody's quality of life. Leggings are not going to change somebody's quality of life. And I love all of those things, and I have bought all of those things from friends. But when I have something that helps people, give them their mom back, their brother back, their dad back, their sister, I mean, it's incredible. So that's basically my story. I'm going to toss it on back to Miss Dobby.
Thanks, Tori. You're awesome. I also only know this version of Tori, which is so fun. So I would say one of the best perks of Plexus is the awesome people that you get to meet. If you're a Plexus girl and you agree, just raise your hand. It's pretty amazing how connected you get to these people and that you get to work with. It's really, really awesome and fun. But I will go ahead and share with you a little bit of my story. I'd love to ask you some questions, though, that are hopefully pretty innocuous, but I'm always so interested to hear. How many of you would like to have more energy, just in general? Yes or no? Yes. How many of you would like to sleep better? Anybody? How many of you would like to be less irritable? It's okay to be real over here. We all have our irritable days, guys. It's okay. And how many of you would like to just be happier on a day-to-day basis? Yes? I'm actually wearing a shirt that says choose happy. I kind of like it. It is a choice sometimes, right? Well, I will tell you that all of those things I just mentioned are things that I have experienced such a great change in my life over the last year. I started taking these products about 16 months ago, and they changed everything for me. I'm a mama. I have 2 little kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they keep me on my toes. I love them with my whole heart. I would absolutely love to just be super energetic and involved and engaged with them all the time. But there was a season where that was very, very difficult for me because I actually struggled with chronic migraines, chronic fatigue, and anxiety for over 20 years. And, you know, I was able to cope from time to time But 3 years ago, we moved across the country, me and my littles and my husband, and it was really, really stressful. And because of the stress that came along with that, I actually spiraled pretty quickly. My symptoms got much worse, where I was having chronic migraines. My migraines were 28 to 30 days a month. So yeah, every single day. My fatigue never went away, no matter how much sleep I got, which brings me to sleep. My sleep was never good to begin with. But yeah, I just couldn't function. And my anxiety, which I had struggled with for most of my life, actually turned into PTSD. I was having panic attacks. It was bad, guys. I was a mess. I was exhausted. I was in pain. I was irritable. One of my children just walked in the room. Come here. Can you close the door? Zoom life, mom life. The mom Zoom life. Over here. Say hi. Hi. This is Serafina. So anyway, I was just really, really thinking like I needed to figure out a way to cope and to figure out how to live feeling like that, because I never saw it changing. I had tried a lot of different medications. I had tried so many different diets. I had tried so many things and nothing was working for me. But thank God Melissa posted something on Facebook and I knew that she had integrity. I knew that I could trust her. So I reached out to her and I asked her if she thought these supplements could help me. And she said yes. And I'm so glad that I took her up on it. I told my husband, I was like, well, babe, we've got nothing to lose. There's a 60-day money back guarantee. So if it doesn't work, then we'll get our money back. That really was the thing that convinced me at that point. But I never got my money back because I have been using the products very, very consistently for the last 16 months and they changed my life. They continue to change my life and it's extraordinary. It's amazing to feel what it feels like to actually be someone who's happy every day, who has energy every day, who doesn't have anxiety, debilitating anxiety in the middle of the night every night or every day with the kids. One of my favorite stories is when I decided to mow the lawn one morning. I woke up and I was like, hey babe, I'm gonna mow the lawn. And he looked at me like I had sprouted wings or something. He's like, you're gonna do what now? I'm like, I'm gonna mow the lawn. I have so much energy. I did capture that on camera and I've never done it again, but it's not because I don't have the energy, it's because I just don't enjoy mowing the lawn. But I did it that one time because I had the energy and I've been able to go on adventures with my family on the weekend and do fun things with the kids. I remember last summer, I would be at the splash pad with the kids almost every day with my computer, working my Plexus business, living the dream. And it was just a whole new world opened up to me. So does anyone relate to anything that I've said? Hey, boo boo, I'm trying to talk on the phone, okay? You want to go find daddy? Go find daddy. Okay, but you have to be quiet, okay, boo boo? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for letting me have my mom life over here. This is the best thing about this business is I do get to be home with my kids all the time. They have access to me, which is a dream. I love that they'll never understand what it feels like to have parents that are absent. It's pretty amazing. Honey, sit down. That's not safe. Hopefully she will not break herself right now. But I wanted to actually show you a few of our products because it's kind of fun to share exactly what these things are that we're talking about. You're like, that's cool. What are you even talking about? So the first thing I'm going to show you is our Triplex. It's 3 products that are power packed. They work together to do amazing things. It's like our basic gut reset cleanse system. So the first thing in there is the Slim, which hopefully all of you have tried. That Slim, like I said, it balances your blood sugar, it does a gentle gut cleanse, it boosts your mood and your energy. And then the second item in the Triplex is this. It's ProBio 5. This is a 5-strain probiotic that populates your gut with all the healthy bacteria that it needs to thrive. And it also has enzymes in it that kill off fungus and yeast. Yeast and candida are a big problem for a lot of our health issues that are chronic. They actually start with candida overgrowth. So, Fina, no, please get down. Please get down. It's not safe, baby.
What is it?
Yep. And the third item in the triplex is this. It's called BioCleanse. This is a super potent, amazing magnesium and vitamin C supplement that flushes the toxins out of your body. It helps with oxygenating your blood, which is great for your energy and your brain fog. It also helps with bloating. It keeps you regular. You will be very excited about how often you go to the bathroom when you are on BioCleanse, because it means that all that gross stuff is getting out of your body and you will feel so much better. We also have other nutrition-based items. We have an X Factor vitamin that's incredible. It is really, really bioavailable, so it gets into your body. It's fully methylated. We also have plant-based full spectrum omegas called Mega X. I love those. They help me sleep like a baby. It's so, so good for you. And you don't have any fish oil in there, which can be gross. You know, like that fishy burp. My mom totally made me take huge, like massive fish oil pills when I was a kid. I hated those things. And these are X Factor Kids. These are our kids' vitamins that are super bioavailable, just like the grown-up ones. And they have 4 strains of probiotic in it, which is so cool. I have never heard of another kids' chewable vitamin that has probiotics in it. Also, we just released a few weeks ago this Mega Kids microbiome drink, which my kids were so excited, literally stalking the mail for it to come, because they were wanting my pink drink every morning, and now they have their own. So they ask for, Mom, can I have a kid's pink drink today? Even though it's orange, they still call it pink drink, which is hilarious to me. But they love it. They have their own little water bottles. It's pretty adorable, but it's also really good for them. Prebiotics, DHA, lutein, choline, biotin. I don't even know what all those things mean, but they're really, really good for your kids' guts and their brains and their overall health. Getting that kind of nutrition into their bodies. My kids have not been sick for the last year. They may have each gone sick like once, and then they'll get over it in like 24 hours. It's so awesome how strong their immune systems are. Then we also have weight loss products, which help your body's natural metabolic functions, which is great. It's not some random magic pill that you're going to take, see something melt off, and then gain it all back the next week. It's actually going to help your body naturally lose the weight. So this is called MetaBurn. It actually helps you burn belly fat. It boosts your metabolism. It has 5-HTP in it, which helps your body produce serotonin, so it helps you be happy. It's a little happy pill. It's pretty awesome. By the way, all of our products are plant-based and non-GMO, so you know that you're not putting any artificial junk in your body, in case we didn't mention that before. It's so great that you know what you're putting in your body is good for you. Another one of our weight loss products that we have is called Balance. It balances your glucose levels. It blocks carbs and sugars. It is so amazing. We have a protein shake called Lean. We have whey-based, vegan, and vegetarian. These protein shakes, I call my superhero shakes because literally when I take it, I feel like a superhero. They're so awesome with 28 bioavailable vitamins and minerals and gut health stuff. It's so, so good. I have it in smoothie every single day. We have our active energy drink, which if you grab a Red Bull or a Coke or a Diet Pepsi on the daily, you are going to want to get this active because it's so good for you. It is actually full of antioxidants and fruits and veggies. It's only 20 calories, no sugar, and it's delicious, and it makes you feel so good. You'll be energized, your brain will be focused, and you won't get jitters or crash like with other kinds of energy drinks. And then we also actually have skincare as well. we have something called microbiome inside our guts, which is the bacteria and enzymes that live inside your gut. You also have a microbiome on your face, which is so cool. I didn't know that before, but there is basically this whole, what do you call it, atmosphere of your face, just like in your gut. And when you get that evened out, you see big changes in your face. So we've seen with our Joyome face creams, day and night creams, we've seen amazing results with wrinkles, dark spots, acne, eczema. I have a friend right now who has rosacea and she's on it and her skin is looking amazing. Really, really phenomenal before and after results with the Joyome. And we have a collagen powder that you can put into your Slim, into your coffee, smoothie, whatever. And that collagen powder helps to fill in wrinkles and actually helps strengthen your nails, and your hair is really good for your joints. I love it. I've been watching myself age backwards for the last 6 months on that collagen. It is legit. I love it. So that's a basic overview of what we have. I don't expect you guys to remember all of that, but that's what we're here for. If anything stood out to you, or if you're dealing with any kind of chronic health issues, sleep, autoimmune, digestive, skin, we would absolutely love to chat with you and see if something we have would be a good fit for you. The last thing I would love to mention is that we have the most extraordinary company. And when you start with Plexus, you absolutely do not have any expectation on you to share, to sell anything. But I'll tell you what, if you need another stream of income, if you need community, if you want to be able to make money from home with your kids running around and climbing on things, this is the way to go, because our compensation plan is so extraordinary. At this point, I'm able to pay my family's mortgage, all our groceries, all our bills, and for my kids' activities with my paycheck. And I can't even begin to tell you what a blessing that is. And it's because I just share about these products that I love, that have changed my life. And I share that with my friends, and I'm able to see women on my team feel well and also become financially stable as well. So if that's something you would be interested in learning more about, we actually have a Zoom call tomorrow that is going to talk all about the business, not the products, the business side of this. We're going to share some amazing business testimonies, tell you about how you can make $1,000 in the next week, which would be so cool, right? So that's at 2:00 Central Time tomorrow. I think maybe someone's putting it in the chat, but if not, just connect with whoever invited you to this call, and we will be sure to get you that info. But I am going to go ahead and hand this back to Melissa, who I believe is getting ready to tell us who won our giveaway.
Yeah. Guys, that is so exciting, and I'm so thankful that you're here with us tonight. More than anything, I hope that you have been encouraged. I hope that you have seen, sometimes we always hear, are these real people? Like, are real people having life change? And so I hope that you can see by this community and just by the chat and the things that are going on and hearing our stories, I hope that makes you go, okay, what if this can help me? Because that's what every one of us did. Every one of us was like, okay, if it helps them, can it help me? So thrilled that you're with us. And yes, we have a winner chicken dinner. I'm so excited. Chris, who I think his handle on here is Micah's dad, maybe, is that correct? You are the winner tonight. I'm so thankful that you engaged so greatly with us. I hope you get on that lean meal replacement and get away from those carbs. I think Marley's going to make sure that she takes care of that for you. But guys, we're so grateful that you are with us tonight. If you have any questions, you can still put them into the chat. But more than anything, make sure that you get back with the person who invited you, because I can tell you this without a doubt. They invited you because they love you, they care about you, and they know without a doubt that these things can help you in your lifestyle, in your health, and in your future. So once again, thanks. Yes, you won, Chris. Woo-hoo. Hey, thanks so much for being with us. Gabi, Tori, thank you so much for sharing your stories. And we will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great night.